Hey guys, SOB here, just going to quickly go through this new binary circuit competitive PvE queue. This is a very fun map and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it. Unlike the space portion, it does not have a 5v5 PvP element at the end. There is some PvP, but it's in a very unique form that I think even people who hate PvP will enjoy. Basically, at each of the three main challenge portions, each team has a console right inside the door to that area that lets them have one person go over to the enemy team's side as a Borg drone. Now, it's the most harmful during the first stage, which you'll see some clips of here. And when you use it on that first stage, you can prevent the enemy team from advancing for quite a bit of time if they can't kill you fast. So this is a map that I highly recommend you bring some DPS for. If you want to know how to do ground DPS, I'd recommend checking out the STO Ground or STO Builds subreddits. Both have quite a lot of information that can help you out. Okay, so the first stage is relatively simple. You just need at least 4 of the players on the team to be communicating. Remember, this is a map focused on beating the other team as quickly as possible, time-wise, through the objectives, so you want to move quickly. If the enemy team managed to hit that drone console before your team did, you need to kill it quickly. Have one person spam the first console. You spam F to reveal the map. You can move on the map even when it's not visible, but if you fall off, you will die. So have another person then spam F at the first console in the center. Keep everyone, once you're at a console, you need to just spam F until someone moves to the next past you. Then you need to have another person spamming F at the second console in the center, and then the one person to go to the final console now on the other side, which will reveal the entire map for your team and let you pass to the next stage. It's relatively simple, but I could see it being a bit of an issue due to the communication requirement and most people not reading chat at all. And after you hit that console, if there's one of these in each of the challenge areas, the 3 main ones at least, you have to kill the enemies in the room to get to the next little area, so doesn't really require much explanation. Just kill them as fast as possible because this is a race. And now we're on stage 2. Stage 2 is also relatively simple. You basically just need to divide and conquer. So this maze has 3 little portions within it. Each area has a deadly plasma bolt. Well, a few of them going back and forth, but it's pretty easy to avoid if you time it right. You will also need to keep an eye out for the enemy Borg drone if they hit it, but it's not much to worry about as you can get right past it if you run into the maze. I don't think I've seen anyone get one in there to follow you. They just move too slow. So you just need to have people going all various directions in that maze, and you can disable the plasma bolts in the previous section of the maze via consoles, but hopefully you can just have someone get lucky and get to that end console quickly and disable the bolts in the entire maze. I've seen some runs we were doing on Tribble where we had someone get lucky and get to that end stage, or the end little console, in like 45 to 60 seconds. So you can get through this pretty quickly if everyone knows what's going on and rushes it. And now we're on stage 3. Stage 3 is relatively simple. You need to watch out for the enemy drone if they hit it once again, but hopefully you're a bit ahead of them. We found that if you can get ahead of the enemy much at all, it's pretty much game over for them anyways. What you need to do here is have one person cover the left side and one person cover the right side, because some mobs will be coming in trying to mess with you. And then have one person hitting the left consoles and one person hitting the right. Basically, you need to match up the colors that are on your side by spinning the thing and unlocking the little tunnel to go through. One side will have all yellow and the other side will have all blue. You'll see what color you need that side to be on the very end portion of it, nearing where you came in. So this is pretty easy to do. You can rush this and get it done in like under 30 seconds if you have people that know what they're doing. Pretty simple. And here we have the boss stage. This doesn't really require much explanation. Simply mow down the bosses as quick as possible, and that's it. The queue is done. So I'm going to take some time quickly to just go over a few things. If either side has someone doing DPS, they can clear through the mobs much faster and will give you a significant advantage or disadvantage to get through this. Because like everything else in the game, ultimately DPS is what matters. You have to kill enemies at every stage, or other players if they spawn in as that tactical drone, and you need to be doing as much DPS as possible to annihilate them quickly. If you don't have the best ground build ever, you can still contribute, but ground builds are pretty cheap to set up, so you can do pretty good ground DPS without much of an investment. So once again, check out STO Builds and STO Ground, both great subreddits. I'll leave a link to both in the description down below. You can post your ground build up there and people will help. And as always, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for some upcoming videos about the space rebalance and what the new meta or metas will or will not be. Now that the changes are about a week out, I feel it's safe to talk about many of them. Had I done any of them sooner, it may have been a waste, because they have reverted some of the changes as seen with the recent GDF change and subnuke and deflector overcharge stuff. So keep an eye out for those.